In this video, we're going to review the Replica Freddy glove from Trick or Treat Studios, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, as well as A Nightmare on Elm Street 4 The Dream Master. Welcome to the Swearwolves Horror Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Brett. If you're a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you for coming back. And if you're new to this channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please consider clicking the subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We upload videos on a regular basis in which we review anything and everything horror, from action figures and toys to soundtracks to various collectibles, you name it. And today we got a banger for you. Yes, today we're going to be talking about the Trick or Treat Studios Replica Freddy gloves from A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 as well as A Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Now I'm Brett. I ordered the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors replica glove, and we're going to talk about that right now, and then I'll pass it over to David and he will talk about his replica Freddy glove that he got from A Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. So first, let's talk about the packaging. Now, the packaging for both, I believe, is basically the same. It comes in this box, and you can see it says A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. At the bottom, it says Replica Freddy glove, Trick or Treat Studios logo, ages 18 and up, because it is actual metal, and it does have blades. On the side of the package right here, see it says A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, Replica Freddy glove, and then here on the back. Now on the back here, you can see that it's got kind of this ghosted version of the theatrical movie poster. That's what the theatrical movie poster looks like, with all the kids like standing on each blade of the glove. And so if you're familiar with that poster, that'll look familiar to you. But it is kind of that ghosted thing. And then on the side, just more, and then back on the front, we have some claw marks, if I forgot to say that. It does have this magnetic door that you can open up, and you'll see the glove. And it's got this like window display. The box is pretty big, so it's hard to keep everything here in the frame, but you can see the glove just standing there. So if you wanted to keep it in the box, you could have that for display, but we don't keep anything in the box on this channel. We open things up, and so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to open this up, and we'll review it a little bit more in depth. Hey, this is Brett here, and the audio didn't record well, to put it bluntly, and so I'm going to record some audio kind of over what I'm talking about right here, and I apologize for this. I'll try to throw in a little bit of the actual audio when we get to it, only because I feel like you should hear what the sound of the metal is of the glove. Here I'm just explaining that I really love Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and now I'm going to the glove. So let me join the audio so you can hear what I'm saying. Like, I just opened this up. I haven't even had time to really even touch it much besides just opening it up. Okay, so everything, I mean, the blades are real. They're not sharp. I mean, they're dull. They're dull there on the end. They're not to a point, but I definitely wouldn't want to have someone come at me with this glove. So here I'm just basically explaining how the metal looks different. They colored it different to represent the different types of metal that Freddy might have actually used, whether it be copper or brass. And there's been people who have made replica gloves online using that actual metal, but this is obviously just colored. However, it is still real metal, and I'm talking about the rivets and how everything just looks really good, nice and weathered, and the actual leather glove that they used. And this is, and what I'm also talking about here is how this is probably the closest you're going to get to a screen accurate glove without having the actual glove that was used in the movie. They've done a phenomenal job just replicating all the different detail and all the different solder points and everything, so it's really good. And now I'm going to try the glove on. Okay, so now I've put the glove on, and I realized that I didn't show the underside of the glove, so this gave me a good opportunity to show the underside of the glove. And as you can see, it's got the different holes in the palm and in the fingers, so you can reveal the hand much like it is in the movie. I have a bigger hand than some, not as big as others, but probably larger than most, and my hand fits really good into that glove. So if you have larger hands, if you're not a basketball player, you can fit into this. I am also talking here about the pinky and how the pinky is a little wonky to move when you're in the glove. I've seen videos before where people have had replica gloves and the pinky is always the hardest one, and it's probably just because it's a pinky finger and it's smaller than the other ones. It definitely feels good. The glove feels really good to have on. It's probably not the most efficient murder weapon ever, but it is definitely iconic. You can move your fingers independently of one another, and it's just really comfortable. The weight is really good, and it's just a really comfortable glove. So Trick or Treat Studios has really knocked it out of the park with this one as far as I'm concerned. As I said before, if you're going to get a replica glove, this is going to be the closest you're going to get without getting closest you're going to get to a screen accurate glove without getting a screen used glove. I did want to give a shout out to Nightmare Toys. That's who I got mine from. I didn't order it directly from Trick or Treat Studios. Nightmare Toys, they're based out of Las Vegas. I ordered it on a Friday. I got it on Monday. So big shout out to them. Go visit them online, follow them on Instagram, and they are open to the public if you're in Las Vegas, but they also do mail orders. So Nightmare Toys, look them up. And obviously a big shout out to Trick or Treat Studios for such a quality piece. All right, now I'm going to pass this over to David, and we'll hear his review a lot better than mine because my audio was compromised. David?
All right, now that we've had a look at Brett's Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Dream Warriors glove, let's take a look at the glove from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the Dream Master. So this is the front artwork here. As you can see, you got the slashes in black, you got the Trick or Treat Studios logo in the lower right. In the upper right, you got ages 18 and up, because this sucker's got real sharp metal blades. On the side, very similar, except you've got red now instead of black for the blades. Same deal on the other side. And if we flip it to the back, now the back art I think is really cool. So if you're familiar with the poster artwork for the Dream Master, this is it, just sort of a washed out version, but I think it looks really, really cool. All right, let's flip it back around to the front. And the way you open it just has a flap here. It's magnetic, so it shuts nice and tight. Here's the actual glove on the inside. Let me try to position it so the glare isn't too bad. It's probably about as good as it's going to get. So you could display it in the box if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to take this thing out. So let's do that right now. Let's pop this thing out of the box, set it up, and take a look at it. All right, now that the glove's out of the box, let's take a closer look. It is constructed from genuine leather. I don't know a whole lot about leather, but it looks good. It smells really good. It's got this bead on it, which I like to think that as Freddy was constructing his glove, he was like, you know, I'm really happy with the way this is turning out, but it's just missing something. And he went to a craft store or to Michael's or something and browsed for way longer than he would ever admit, and then stumbled upon this little miracle and said, I simply must have it, and put that on his glove for a little bit of flair. The rest of the glove is made of metal. Now, if you're familiar with the glove from part 4, it's got a bunch of solder kind of spilled all over it, and it just adds a lot of detail and character. I think it looks really cool. It's got some scratches as well. I really like the weathering, so there's parts where there's noticeable wear and kind of indentation in the gloves that I think adds a lot of personality. I also really like how up by the blades here, you can see like oranges and reds and places where it looks like Freddy was down in the boiler room and it got really, really hot. Like it looks like it's definitely been exposed to the elements, and I think they did a really good job on the weathering of this glove. Flip it over. You can put your fingers through these little loops. There's articulation at the knuckles, so the fingers bend. Now, the blades themselves, they're pretty sharp. They're not like razor sharp or anything like that, so, I mean, you could definitely hurt somebody with these. But, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be on the business end of one of these blades, or all of them at the same time, that's for sure. But it looks really, really cool. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to display this glove just yet. I bought a mannequin hand today and thinking that would work, but it's way too small. The fingers don't spread apart, so I got to figure something else out, because I really want to display this next to my original Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 one sheet that I got a couple years ago, and I've got it signed by a bunch of the cast members from the movie. So I think it would be really cool to put the glove next to the poster and have some sort of display. But yeah, we'll see. I'll come up with something. But you know what? Looking at this thing, I want to put it on. Yeah, I want to put this thing on. Let's put it on. Welcome to prime time, bitch. I'm just kidding. It's me, David. This is cool, man. I want to walk around with this on all the time. That might give me some funny looks though, but this is super cool. As you can see, articulation's really good. The blades don't really hit each other, so they're not clanging around. But man, yeah, I am very pleased with this glove. I ordered it a long time ago, and when it arrived today, it was like Christmas morning. Really happy with it. Like I said, I don't know exactly how I'm going to display it yet, but I'll figure something out. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. And for the Swearwolves, I'm David. Never sleep again.
Hi, this is Brett with the Swearwolves, and when I'm not busy editing videos or making content for YouTube, I just sit here and wait. And wait. If you like the video that you just saw, go ahead and check out that video right there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that button right there. I'll wait.